Like most people, I started off with a cheap gaming headset. It was a cost-effective way of getting both audio input and output, and I didn't really care too much about audio quality. However, as more and more games began to introduce audio cues, especially multiplayer first-person shooters, being able to hear exactly where your enemies were coming from became a clear competitive advantage. So one of my first upgrades was separating my headset into a dedicated microphone and headphone. And that setup worked pretty well, but it had a few issues. The biggest problem with headphones is that they're not super comfortable. Pretty much every pair of headphones relies on clamping pressure, and that means over time, it can start to feel pretty uncomfortable. It also doesn't help that after a long gaming session, when you take off your headphones, you'll find a huge dent in your hair. These were the biggest reasons why I switched over to in-ear monitors, also known as IEMs, and that's what I still use today. My current pair of IEMs are the Rapco Hook X's, which I got for about $200. And unlike headphones, I can wear these for hours on end without breaking a sweat. But you don't need to spend that much money in order to get a solid IEM experience. So today we're gonna be looking at the CCZ Harmony, a budget-friendly IEM from Keep Hi-Fi. Now I have to say, for just $30, the CCZ Harmonies look awesome. I'm actually a big fan of the turquoise gemstone pattern, and even though it is made out of plastic, it still feels really solid and sturdy. It's also really cool to be able to see the intricate interior hardware, and it goes to show that these are designed with a lot of attention to detail. Something interesting I noticed is that they decided to use a piece of rubber on the top side of the IEM. I'm guessing this is supposed to make it a little bit more comfortable to wear, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, taking a look at the included cables, nothing out of the ordinary for this price point. Comparing these to my Rapco Hook X cables, and you can see just how big of a difference there is. Now, just to be clear, comparing $30 IEMs with $200 IEMs is totally not fair. But I still think that's gonna give you a pretty clear picture of where the CCZ Harmonies lie in terms of how good of an audio experience they can provide. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. And the first test we're gonna do is a music test. I think the little rubber piece does actually make a difference in terms of how comfortable these fit. Overall, the Harmonies are super light and they fit in pretty nicely. So let's take a listen to some music. Okay, so first impressions, the Harmonies are a bit on the brighter side. The bass is acceptable for this price point, not amazing, but not terrible either. I actually like these a lot. I think that they provide a good amount of clarity. A lot of budget IEMs, for the sake of being like really bassy, have a really muddy sound signature, but these keep it pretty clear, pretty clean. Let's take a listen to some gaming clips. So I'm going to... Okay, yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, the Harmonies are a bit on the bright side, but the sound stage is excellent. I'm able to hear where stuff is coming from, where footsteps are coming from. So that part of it is totally fine. Overall, I'm pretty happy with these. I think for $30, honestly, like, yeah, my Hook X's are better. In fact, let me actually switch over to them right now. Yeah, so the Hook X's are better, unsurprisingly, but I mean, you can get 7 of these for the price of this one. So honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with them. Worst case scenario, use them for going to the gym or whatever. They're gonna be better than your typical earbuds. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think these look pretty cool? And what's your opinion on headphones versus IEMs? Check you out next time.